Austria, Prussia, and Germany 1806 to 1871. Ch 6 to 8 is about how Prussia finally managed to harness German nationalism and German power politics to form a Klein Deutschland without Austria. Chapter 9, which I briefly mention here, summarizes the book, explaining how the confederation of princely states led up to the rise of Prussia. Prussia's rise was aided by how everyone underestimated Prussia's power. Prussia defeated Denmark, Austria, and France through a combination of technology, education, strategy and determination. By 1871, Prussia's strengths and surroundings will yield to a domination of a newly formed German nation. At the end of the Franco-Austrian War, Piedmont was on its way to forming a unified Kingdom of Italy. Piedmont's big ally, the Empire of France, had received Nice and Savoy in return, and with a boost in his confidence the emperor now sought to establish control of territory on both banks of the Rhine. At the same time, Austrian policymakers were torn between satisfying German business elites and Hungarian landlords. This allowed Bismarck to tear Austria away from the embrace of the Bund in spite of troubles at home. The Bund was sidelined as Austria and Prussia combined to oust Denmark from Schleswig and Holstein. Then Prussia attacked Austria, defeated it and forced it to sever its ties to the German states. Thus Prussia exploited new conditions by the formation of a clear policy to exclude Denmark and Austria from Germany. With Denmark and Austria defeated, the only major powers in German power politics were Prussia and France. Just as Bismarck severed ties with Austria, so too did he sever ties with France. He started by publicizing his deals with the emperor and then used the resulting public outrage as an excuse to not accept the extension of French power to the other side of the Rhine. To hold together its dominance in Germany, Prussia formed a North German Confederation and brought the southern German states closer through membership in the Zollverein. However, allowing the citizens of these states representation in the administrative bodies of the Confederation and Zollverein backfired. This was due to a diversity of opposition from opponents of Prussia's annexation of Hanover, opponents of absolute monarchy, conscription, etc. By provoking tensions with France, tensions that culminated in a united German assault on France, Bismarck promoted a feeling amongst Germans that as brothers in arms they should preserve their unity. He was able then to have the German princes proclaim the King of Prussia their emperor. In short, he used anti-French sentiments to counter anti-Prussian sentiments in order to form a Klein Deutschland under a Prussian-dominated Second German Empire. The population of Prussia grew 2 times faster than the population of Austria. As the population grew, it also concentrated itself in Prussia cities, providing the factories with a labor force. This made Prussia prosperous, adding to the kingdom's tax revenue. A large portion of the money was then directed to the army. Furthermore, the establishment of elementary schools teaching children literacy and obedience to authority made the new generation of army personnel more useful. The result of this education and funding was a technologically advanced army led scientifically through the establishment of a general staff. This gave shrewd strategists like von Moltke an edge in launching their offensives in the name of their king, and increasingly the country of Germany. Through the use of available strengths, Brioueli argues, the leaders of the Prussian government, Bismarck and von Moltke, defeated Austria, Denmark and France in their struggle to control Germany. A literate, motivated soldiery and an expanding industrial complex of mines and factories for the use of coal and steel, railroads, telegraphs, etc. emerged in Prussia and could be put to the use of the army. The kings of Prussia utilized this in their drive to centralize control of Germany through the establishment of a general staff. With Bismarck and von Moltke as his champions, the king of Prussia would finally become the emperor of Germany.